Turn this down. So Deontay Wilder getting ready to get in the ring and finally face off with another top heavyweight. A lot of people don't want to get this man his respect. Whole lot of laughing, whole lot of jargon, about this man's career. But I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty stoked about this, man. He has the opportunity to become lineal champ. He has the opportunity to become lineal champ, WBC. So let's get this stuff out of the way. I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with the lineal process, what that means to be the lineal champ. Now, this guy, should he beat my main man Fury, he's going to collect all of the belts. He's going to be the undisputed lineal heavyweight champion of the world. Okay? All of the belts. Outside of that corny, probably the WBA or the IBF or whatever Joshua is holding over there, hostage over there in his country. And you can't really blame the guy. I mean, he's gonna make, a lot of money in euros over in his country, where he's selling out a 75,000 seated venue, where he can, you know, triple or quadruple his money. Whereas Deontay Wilder is not going to be able to sell like that here in the United States. A lot of people are unfamiliar with the heavyweight division. A lot of people are unfamiliar with Deontay Wilder. No matter how loud he gets, no matter how often they try to show his face on some sort of video, or they try to put him on some type of program, or he makes an appearance on TV, national TV somewhere, which he really should be catered to like that. He really should be looked at as a dominant force in boxing. There's not many names in the heavyweight division that he really needs to, or really could have or should have taken out years ago, or whoever. It's not like it was when Tyson was around, and you had some name, and it really wasn't even like major names even when he was around. The two names that Mike Tyson has on his list, that he can argue and say, hey, I fought two Hall of Famers, was Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, that's it. Now, James Buster Douglas knocked him out. Who was James Buster Douglas before he knocked out Mike Tyson? We don't know. Who was James Buster Douglas after he knocked out Mike Tyson? We don't know. Okay? A lot of people want to bring up Spinks, and a couple other bums that Mike Tyson fought. But if you go through his career, who did Mike Tyson really face? Who did he really face? Outside of those two Hall of Fame names, who did he face? Okay? I can hear the haters now saying, "Oh well, who are the Hall of Famers that Deontay has faced?" There's no Hall of Famers in this generation right now. Uh, if you want to count Floyd's generation being pretty much obscured from this current generation, which is like the Keith Thurman, Porter, all of these guys all the way down. If you think about this era of fighter, of boxer, or of champions, um, who who's a Hall of Famer? Like I said, with Floyd's gen, you got Manny Pacquiao, you got Miguel Cotto, you got Ricky Hatton, you got all of these guys who were boxing, and had a name long before these guys came up, long before they came around. These guys were already making headlines. They were already making news in other places. And once they became champion, became crowned as the one, in boxing, if you will, in their country or what have you, and then faced off against other top guys within the division or within boxing. They garnered superstar status and became household names, and now are on their way to the Hall of Fame. So, who does Deontay Wilder in his time? Who is he going to face? That's a Hall of Famer. Who? We waiting on Joshua to get in there, and those two are synonymous with each other. So they both are going to be Hall of Famers. And those are going to be the two names on. Those are going to be one or the other is going to have their name with on their resume. Wilder is going to have Joshua on his resume if they fight, and Joshua is going to have his name on his resume if they fight. So that's it. King Kong is good. He's excellent. Um, but is he really a Hall of Famer? Big Cuban guy, very very talented, strong. Is he a Hall of Famer? We don't know. We don't know. Anybody that Joshua has faced, is he a Hall of Famer? Come on, man. I mean, you guys have to be realistic about this stuff. So we're gonna wait on Saturday to see if this man can become the lineal heavyweight champ, undisputed lineal heavyweight champ of the world. And should this happen, Joshua has no place to jog and hide. He has to come out of hiding. I'm getting tired of hearing the whole A side, B side conversation based off of ticket sales and all of this stuff. If you really believe you the best, then you get in the ring and you face the best and you take this man out, take his belts, and then you can do what you want to do. Then you can stay in your country and hide and protect the belts and fight whoever. Now you've made it to where you deserve it. You deserve to be able to do that. You beat the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, undisputed lineal heavyweight champion of the world. Meaning he has taken on all comers. He's taken out everybody he needed to take out in order to garner the title of being the lineal champ. He is the lineal champ. He has been doing this stuff undefeated for years. No matter how you feel about this man, you know his name, you know his accomplishments, you know what he's done in all the time that he's been in the ring. For all the talk about him having no skill set, no jab, no footwork, all he has is power to rely on. Deontay Wilder should have been done. He should have been done a long time ago then, in that case. Somebody should have been taking this man out, outboxed him, beat him down. There's no reason why he should be one of the top names in the sport of boxing right now based on everybody's negative popular opinion. Plain and simple. Deontay Wilder should not be mentioned amongst Anthony Joshua's name, and Anthony Joshua shouldn't even be mentioned. Honestly, you know, I'm just being real because he has the same problem. He goes in there, he gets gassed out. He has a little bit of technique, but nothing spectacular. He barely uses his jab, and he has to rely on his punching power to put away his opponents 90% of the time. So I'm just trying to understand where's everybody coming from with these negative notions. Okay, so both of these guys have been getting in the ring, and they both have garnered a name for themselves, and they both have been around for a minute, and they both are undefeated, and they both are champions. But one is headed towards lineal supremacy. So we have to give credit where credit is due. If he wins, he truly deserves to be undisputed lineal heavyweight champion of the world, which will automatically garner him the supreme status in boxing. Plain and simple. No matter how you feel about this guy, it automatically grants him supreme status in boxing. With that said, I got Deontay Wilder on Saturday night, this Saturday night. I don't see, even though I like Fury, I like where he comes from. I like his belief system. I like the guy. But he took too much time off abusing his body. It wasn't like he took time away from the ring and he just wasn't getting in shape and so forth. He took time off and he abused his body, not just with food, but with booze and with drugs. He completely shattered his body, in my opinion. And there's no way that you're gonna be able to get back in the ring and fight at a top level, no matter what your belief system is, no matter what you've done to get yourself back in shape and try to clean yourself up. That damage that you've done to your body is gonna come back to haunt you in that ring. At some point in that fight, it's gonna come back and haunt him. I can tell you right now. He might look spectacular for 6 rounds. He might look spectacular for 7 rounds, maybe eight. But when it gets to that ninth, that 10th, that 11th round, it's going to show where he has done complete damage to his body after he's sustaining some heavy attacks and punishment to his own body. So I have to roll with Wilder. Holla at me on Saturday night, folks, and let's go through it. Let's talk about it. We got some other videos that we gonna do. Broner, Manny Pacquiao coming up. We got my main man Mikey Garcia, my main man Spence. We're gonna talk a little bit of Crawford. We got some other stuff coming up, man, that we need to talk about. So it's been a while since I've been on here. I had to get away for a minute. Got sick of the same topics, sick of the same people putting up videos making news about nothing. We ready for the fight now that the fight is here. Holla at me.